Wendy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Cap Tulsa. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yes, I'm excited that you're going to be my co-host today. I just wanted to tell you that yesterday when I arrived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because you know I'm a Jersey girl, I was greeted by a wonderful group of people from CAP, and I wanted them to be on my show today, but they had to do some kind of presentation of some sort. And I just said, well, hey, tell me a few things about yourselves, and I will share them with the group. So let's talk about them in Hot Topics. Whew. Well, if you watch the show, you know that I am obsessed with hair and wigs. Yes, I have a wig line. Go to wendyshow.com and order yours today. This particular one is called the Susan. It comes in light brown, black, and crimson. Okay? Yes. So, back to this group that I met. There are 8 of them, and they make up the Quality Assurance Associate Team. Have you guys met any of them? Have you seen them at your sites? Yes. Yes? Okay, great. Well, let's get started. We have Mr. Randy up first. Randy has great energy, a smile that captures your attention immediately, and his hair, honey, yes, amazing. If I could make a wig and name it after him, I might make a little money, okay? Yes. Randy is a member of the Choctaw tribe, and he's also a world traveler. He supports Sand Springs and Eugene Field. Next we have Joey. Joey is a vegetarian, marathon runner, and 3-time National Writing Month finisher. When Joey was 25, he was in a Lipton iced tea ad. He was in the back of a cab singing Love Shack in New York City. Do we have video of that, Meg?
No, we've been trying to get it. We can't find it.
Well, we'll keep working on it because I would love to see that. Joey supports Eastgate and the home-based group. Then we have Miss Alyssa. Alyssa is a wife and mother. Her son is 18 months, and his name is Jaden. She was on pom and played softball for Union High School. She graduated from UCO, and when she was younger, she rode horses competitively. Go, Alyssa. She supports Asbury, Skelly, and Eugene Field. And then we have Alondra. Alondra was raised in Southern California, and she's a mother of 2 boys. She may seem really quiet and subdued, but her team tells me she can get rowdy if she wants to, and she's very sweet. She supports Frost. Next is Meg. Meg has a twin brother who is really tall with blonde hair and blue eyes. Isn't that crazy? I think she looks a little bit like my producer. Don't you guys? You don't see it, Meg? I see it. Anyway, Meg loves nature, and her backyard is a state and nationally certified wildlife habitat. Isn't that awesome? Meg supports READ and ECDC reading. And then we have Lisa. Lisa was raised in southeastern Oklahoma and has lived in Oklahoma most of her life, hence her southern twang and southern charm. She has a very busy family life, but in her spare time, she enjoys cuddling her Yorkie Bella and reading healthy fitness magazines. Now, Lisa, I'm with you, honey, because I like a magazine that can help keep me right and tight, okay? Yeah. Lisa supports McClure. And then we have Tiffany. Tiffany was class president of almost 1,000 seniors in her high school, and she's getting ready to plan her 20-year high school reunion. 20 years? This girl looks good, doesn't she? Yes. She also traveled to Europe in college, and she explored 7 countries in 2 weeks by bus. one of which her favorite, Italy. She has also started her own greeting card line called the Paper Hug Factory, and she's very passionate about her husband, Jerome, and her 6-year-old son, Sage. Tiffany supports Disney and Jefferson. Okay. And then we have Felicia, their fearless leader. She is an OSU alumni and a die-hard college ball fan. Any OSU Cowboys in here? Oh, go Colts. Okay, yes. Felicia has climbed a pyramid, an ancient pyramid, a volcano, and has swam with penguins and sea lions. Go Felicia. Her daughter Faith is her world, and she has a Great Dane named Maddox. She's obsessed with heels, yes, and she's secretly a country girl at heart. Now, you guys think I'm a diva? Well, I am a diva. But this next one, she's the HDIC, okay? The head diva in charge. Michelle Richmond is the Director of Quality Assurance, and she oversees the Quality Assurance team, the health team, and enrollment team. I can tell she's well respected by her peers and those who report to her. At dinner last night, this girl had me rolling. She's very funny. She values family, teamwork, and professionalism. So it looks like you guys have some good support out at the sites. Let's give the Quality Assurance team. So I just want to do a quick check-in with you guys. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yes, my co-hosts are on it. Okay, so when I talked to them last night about, what they do at the sites, they let me know also that they work with other departments as well. Some place called The Exchange, I don't know, something like decisions are made at this exchange, and then they want to roll all these new processes out to the sites, and you have like 12 or 13. So this team helps make that a smoother process. As you can see, these are all of the departments that they work with to make sure you guys have what you need to serve those babies. Now, they gave me about 5 updates from a few departments to give to you today, so I want to start with disabilities. You guys know what a referral form is? Okay, well they have informed me that there is a new referral form, and the biggest change is, well, I think the only change is the updated signature lines. So make sure you use the new form this year, and it's on that intranet you guys have. You guys know what a TMAC is?
Yeah.
Something, it's in that, okay, on the intranet. Next, nutrition, meal count. I'm told that if a child eats, a child is counted. So make sure you get your numbers as accurate as possible. And I know when you have to do these at the end of the day, it kind of gets a little crazy trying to remember if little JoJo ate today or yesterday. So make sure you write down the numbers as you go. Don't wait till the end of the day. 2:30, y'all checking out. And I can understand all day with those little ones is a little challenging sometimes. So make sure we get an accurate count with the meal counts. And this form is also on that intranet. Okay, next. Mental health. Mental health has asked that we make sure the teachers submit the referral form and that ASQSE, I guess is social emotional, that form all together. So don't just send the referral form and then don't just send the ASQSE. Make sure you send them both together. Now, when parents say, you know what, I don't want the service, if they refuse that, just go ahead and get a form and note that on the form and submit it with the ASQSE. And then I'm also told that sometimes the parents, bless their hearts, they like to fill out everything and they don't add up the scores correctly every time. So if you would go ahead and double check that before you submit it, that way we know a child isn't getting referred and they didn't really need to be, okay? Next. Okay, so ASQ and ASQSE, it sounds a little complicated with these forms. So the QAA team has created a step-by-step guide to help you understand and know exactly what to do. And I know you have all these different sites and everything, and sometimes one site's doing it this way and another site's doing it this way. So this particular document is going to help everybody be on the same page, okay? And guess where this can be found? That internet. Y'all are good. Okay, one more. Drops and transfers. Now, I am told that timeliness is golden around these parts when it comes to paperwork. So you guys make sure you turn in your paperwork weekly. Transfer specifically, you know, if little Johnny goes from Disney to McClure, you know, the teachers at McClure are looking through that binder like, what? We didn't do this yet, or where's this paper? Make sure if you turn it in weekly, we won't have to chase down the paperwork, okay? So keep that in mind. And then with drops, let's say a parent's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take my baby out the program, but then they change their mind and re-enroll. Oh, well, we've sent that paperwork off to the warehouse or somewhere, and then you have to fill out the forms all over again. Well, enrollment has informed me that now you guys can submit a work ticket, and they'll get that paperwork from the warehouse, and you don't have to redo what has already been done. Isn't that a brilliant idea? Yes, okay. So, oh yes, that's all I have about that. And I have a special guest for you guys. Are you guys ready to see who it is? Okay. He needs no introduction. He's one of my favorite people. Please give a Wendy Show welcome to Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, look at that, Oz. Okay, I'm going to hang out right here. You just go ahead.
Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
Today I'm here to talk about workplace nutrition, or more specifically, non-program or outside food in the classroom. Non-program and outside food is the #1 finding that the quality assurance team reports to site leadership after conducting their classroom audits. It's the thing they find most, and it's also probably one of the easiest findings to avoid having after a classroom audit. Now, CAP actually has a policy regarding outside food. No outside food is allowed in the classroom. No outside food should be eaten in areas where children or family may be present. Additionally, no outside food should ever be stored in the classroom. And just for the record, let's say you like Flaming Hot Cheetos. This sign does not make them okay. This is not an experience we want our children to have. Okay? CAP has a focus on food security, and that's part of the reason behind our no outside food in the classrooms. A lot of our children come from low-income families where a meal isn't always a guaranteed thing. Whenever they're in our program, it is a guaranteed thing. But we don't want them to think that there's any division between them and us. As far as they're concerned, everyone consumes the same food, and it's good food. Children are very keen. Well, that's subjective. Children are pretty keen. They can pick up on something different, and so are your quality assurance associates that come into audit. So for just a fun little demonstration, let's pretend that these two orange and white balls are program food, and this multicolored ball is non-program food. It's going to stick out. No matter what I do, it'll draw your eye. I can juggle it a few different ways. That's the way it is for kids as well. Let's say you keep it separate from the program food. That just makes it stand out all the more. But it isn't all bad news. If you'll notice, I didn't say anything about drinks, and there's a reason for that. For the coming program term, the policy regarding outside drinks is being changed. You will now be able to have beverages other than water in the classroom. There are a couple of stipulations, nothing major. First off, it needs to be in an unmarked container. A Starbucks cup does not work. This is an unmarked container. It no longer needs to be in a clear container. It can be opaque or colored, just as long as it isn't marked. Secondly, everybody loves Starbucks, and you can have Starbucks as long as it isn't a hot drink. No hot drinks should be allowed in the classrooms. We don't want anything that's hazardous to the kids or could pose a hazard to the kids in the classrooms. So an easy way to remember this is, if it's hot, you better not bring it into the classroom. Also, all outside drinks need to be kept out of reach of the children. That should be pretty obvious, but this is what the quality assurance associates are going to be looking for when they come in the classroom. If you have a beverage other than water, they're going to be making sure that, one, it isn't steaming, and two, it's out of reach of the kids. And finally, just be mindful of any outside drinks that you bring into the classroom. Make sure if they spill, you clean it up. The sugary drinks really draw the pests, and if pests become an issue in the classroom, I've been told that the ELT will then revisit this policy. Okay, so let's just make sure that we clean up all those messes.
Wow, that is a really big